Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bag Guitars Podcast, episode number 68. My name is Andrew.
Oh, and my name is Kat.
And we've got some gear releases for you this week. As always, we are your weekly gear news show. All things guitar, bass, pedals, amps, all that good stuff.
Guitar news. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, luckily there were no big guitar deaths this week, I don't think. So.
Well, it doesn't necessarily that we
no, but
that we always cover that.
No. I'm just saying last week we had Bob Weir pass away. So I don't know of any this week. At least none that popped up in my news feed.
Okay. Well, are we gonna talk about Norman's guitar?
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Okay, we could start off with that. That's guitar news.
Okay.
So Norman's Rare Guitars in California, they have sold to the parent company of Carter Vintage Guitars, and so. I guess Norm's going to stay on, employed at the shop, but he's no longer the owner. And the video they put out, they seem very excited about this moving forward. And it seems like there's some protections in place for his staff. But, they're well known for their daily videos that they post on their YouTube channel and on their social media. Of just people coming in through the shop. Sometimes they're famous musicians. Sometimes they're up-and-coming musicians. Sometimes they're just random people that... want to jump in front of the camera. So, pretty cool that he finally found a buyer after he was sick and almost passed away the last couple of years. If you haven't seen the documentary, it was on Netflix. I don't know if it's moved to... I thought I saw it moved to something else, but it might still be on Netflix.
Okay.
But a lot of people are worried, I've seen this across the internet, that this is going to affect the prices of, vintage guitars. Because... previously it was kind of like Norm's Rare Guitars kind of set the standard for vintage guitar pricing. Other than that, Carter Vintage on, they're in Nashville. They, on that side of the country, they kind of set the pricing for vintage stuff over there. And now it's gonna be kind of streamlined. So
because it's everything owned by the same company.
Yeah. So I've seen some arguments that Norm's was a little bit more affordable. Not that it's affordable to buy vintage guitars, but a little bit more affordable than Carter.
Okay.
So who knows what changes we're going to see there. We might see a rise in prices in the vintage market, or we might see things kind of regulate a little bit more. We'll have to just wait and see.
Okay.
And I just hope they don't pull what some companies do when the owner sells but stays on, where they let it go for a month or two and then they're like, all right, man, you got to leave. So hopefully it's not like that.
Yeah,
I mean his name's still on the building. And
I was talking to you about it this week when you commented that to me, and I say, but people goes to see him. Mm-hmm. It's not only just because of the guitars that he has. People actually goes to see him and to take pictures with him.
No, it's a whole community that he's built in the whole culture that he's put together, and the decades of stories that he has to tell. So, hopefully that all works out for him and his family and his staff. So.
Okay.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that.
But those were the news.
I think there was another piece of news, but
what was it? Oh my God! Are you going to talk about the Ed Sheeran gossip?
Oh no, I told you about that, but I wasn't going to cover that because it was Phil McKnight was talking about that.
Oh really?
Yeah. But I guess since you mentioned it, no.
The gossip.
No, a lot of people are talking about how Ed Sheeran appeared on. Was it Jimmy Kimmel?
I think it was Jimmy Kimmel.
He had Dave Grohl on drums. He had Pino Palladino on bass. He had John Mayer on guitar.
Mayer. Yeah.
I can't remember the other two guys. One of them was the keyboard player for Foo Fighters, and then the other one was a big producer. Cannot remember his name. God, I can't think of his name. But anyway, a dude that's produced for Justin Bieber and Adele and Lizzo and all sorts of stuff. He was playing rhythm guitar. So it's kind of funny because I told Kat, Ed Sheeran's in his 30s, John Mayer's in his 40s, Dave Grohl's in his 50s, and I believe Pino is in his 60s, if not 70s. So it's kind of funny to see all those guys in different decades. But the thing with that is people are speculating about a new PRS SE signature Ed Sheeran guitar because he went out there with a SE semi-hollow with custom paint work. Or custom paint job, so people are saying whatever. And then Phil McKnight, who recently did a tour of the PRS factory in Indonesia, at the Cortec factory. He said he could not confirm or deny on his podcast. He said he could not confirm or deny, but he feels like he's seen that guitar before.
Really?
So, meaning he probably saw that at the factory for sure. But he's obviously not allowed, with the NDAs he had to sign, he's not allowed to say for sure if he saw that guitar.
Okay. So maybe no.
But yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up on the show because that was something that somebody else covered on theirs. But
it's gossip.
Yeah, it's gossip.
Okay.
And then there is actually one other piece of news.
Oh, really? What is it?
So we talked about this, you and I, yesterday. But Harley Benton has to close their US Reverb shop.
Oh, this is so sad.
I think they only opened it up about a year or two ago. So it was for people in the US to be able to still import, well, not still import, but to purchase Harley Benton guitars without importing them from Thomann. Now, that is the house brand for Thomann. That's their house guitar brand, Harley Benton.
Okay.
And they've been known for making really high quality, affordable guitars. And unfortunately, with their workaround around like the tariffs and stuff, they thought the U.S. shop would be, a sustainable way to still get their product to U.S. consumers. And they're saying they can't do it anymore. It's just not affordable to import and sell affordable, high-quality guitars at the price point that they do. So, they're not going to double and triple their prices. They can't. I mean, they're an import brand. So they can only go so high in their pricing, and they pride themselves on being an affordable brand of guitars. So they said it was a really tough decision, but they're going to close their USA shop. They've been blowing everything out, and by the time I took a look at it, there wasn't a whole lot left. So,
because I was kind enough to say, oh my God, don't you want to buy something before they close out?
But I looked at their site, and at the time there was, a couple Strat copies, Tele copies, a couple jazz bass style basses. Not a whole lot left. Okay. So I don't know what's left now, because that was like 2 days ago when I looked at that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of sad to see that.
I know.
You could still get a Harley Benton, but you're going to have to import it from Thomann and pay those import duties, and that's not going to be fun.
Expensive.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe there will be another workaround with this. Maybe they will find actual physical stores to import and sell their guitars here in the U.S. But so I think that was all the actual news stories that I had for this week.
So what releases do we have?
There's a lot.
Oh, God.
So we did not cover this one yet this week.
Okay.
You and I talked about this on Monday when
we
it was first
about it?
announced. Yeah.
Okay, we talk about it.
So Electro Harmonics, they put out the Effects Interface hardware plugin. So they started doing this hardware plugin thing a couple years ago.
Okay.
They did a Big Muff hardware plugin. Do you remember that one?
I
had like presets and stuff, but you could plug it in directly into your digital workstation, your DAW, with USB, and it worked as like an actual physical hardware version of a plugin that would work in your recording software.
Okay.
So now they have this new one, the Effects Interface. It's $359. You have these 4 sliders on the front for input and output, left and right.
Okay.
There's a headphone output on this thing. There's direct monitoring. There is, it looks like, left and right inputs and outputs. As I said, the headphone output, USB-C. And this thing can be your recording interface for your guitar. You can run this directly to your DAW and record. Okay. But you can actually also, from what I understand of the video, I don't want to give anybody incorrect information. We're going to look at this again. But yeah, there's 3 modes. So there's hardware plugin mode, where you can send tracks and signals from your DAW through your pedals and hardware, just like you were using a plugin.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool, because you can actually run stuff out from your computer, almost like a reamp box. So you can send things from your recording file, send a track out to this thing, run it through your pedal board, and sends the signal back to, I'm assuming, a new track or like a different a bus or something in your DAW to, add effects. Or in pedalboard mode, you can run your instrument into your DAW through your plugins and then out to your pedalboard and even into your amp from there, which gives you the ability to essentially take one of your plugins from your DAW, and add it to your pedal board, which I think is a really cool thing. They're not the first to do this, but all of this functionality in one box, I think they are the first to do this.
Okay.
Because also, you can use it as the audio interface. So it works as a 2-in, 2-out USB audio interface. So it's like a 3-in-1 box, and it's pretty cool. And the price, I think, is justifiable by the functionality.
Okay. So do you think $359 is worth it?
Yeah,
for what
I think
it
so.
does?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it looks really cool, too. It fits in with these like newer, bigger box things they've been doing lately. Like the, what was it called? Like the Ocean's Abyss and the POG 4 or POG 3, whatever it is.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
Nice.
So that, and then we have 2 Walrus audio releases this week.
Ooh, that one looks cool.
We talked about this one. So this is a collaboration with Ian Martin Allison of Scott's Bass Lessons, and of course being a lifelong studio session musician. The Walrus Audio Mantle analog bass preamp and DI pedal.
Okay.
So the thought behind this was that Ian wanted a really high quality, almost like a mixing desk channel in a single unit that he could take with him places.
Okay.
And have studio quality audio no matter where he was, playing live, in the studio, what have you. So there's no foot switch on this thing. It's an always on bass, preamp, and DI.
Okay.
You have 3 controls, treble, gain, and bass. And then each one has like a step rotary. So it's not just like a knob that you turn regular. They're rotaries for all 3. And so you can boost or cut the bass and treble. And then gain, you just crank it all the way up from 1 to 11. So very simple control set here. On one side, you have your active and passive switch, but depending on what kind of pickups you're using or what kind of bass you're using, active or passive. And then on the output, you have an XLR out, so straight out as a DI, and then a ground lift button. And then, of course, you can run this regular 1/4-inch in and out. But what is insane
is the price?
Is $750, $749.99.
Kind of expensive.
But the components they use in this are expensive, and this is a very high quality piece of studio equipment.
I will say this: it looks expensive.
When I saw this, I was like, I want this.
It looks
and in my mind, I was like, if this is like $350, $400, I could see buying this.
But then you saw your $750.
But seeing it's $750, it's just it's obviously out of my price range. Out of my price range. But no, $350 to $400, I'd be comfortable with buying that.
Oh, you will be. Oh my God.
Obviously, it's not something I would just immediately be able to buy. It'd be like a payment plan, or it'd be, save up and buy it, or sell something and get it.
Okay.
But in the demo video, Ian is using a Line 6 HX Stomp running into the Mantle. It's like, ooh, well, I have the HX Stomp.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you're just missing.
But the funny thing is, like, I was on the edge about, like, should I sell my HX Stomp? Like, this is before this video even came out. I was like,
I remember you talking.
I'm not entirely happy with it. It does a lot, but it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't do anything as well as like individual pedals could do.
Okay.
For certain effects, like I don't like any of the reverbs built into it. The delays are all really good in the HX Stomp, but it's really hard to dial it in when it's just an endless encoder knob that spins all the way around endlessly, versus like having a knob that just goes from like, this is the minimum, this is the maximum, find somewhere in between there. So I feel like a standalone delay pedal is so much easier to dial in, even though this has like really good high quality delays, the compressors, the overdrives, distortions, fuzzes, whatever. Okay. Everything built into the HX Stomp is really good, but I've been on the fence about like selling it. But then I watched the Mantle demo video and I heard the sounds he was doing with the HX Stomp, and I was like, I did buy it for bass initially.
Okay.
So maybe hold on to it just for a bass. But so the Mantle, yeah, $749.99. And currently, I think it is not coming out until about February 2026 when stores are going to start having it.
All right.
So like Sweetwater, they have it on reserve right now. And then another Walrus audio pedal came out this week. This is the Canvas volume pedal.
Okay.
So different than your standard regular just volume. It's just, a treadle up and down. This is $299.99. It looks cool. They got the same colorway as the Canvas series. But you have left and right inputs. You have left and right outputs. And the right output can also be a standalone tuner output. Which I have something to say about that too. If you have the Walrus Canvas tuner,
okay,
you don't really need to run your volume pedal out to your tuner. A lot of time you want to do that with like things where you're not using the tuner as like a mute switch, or if you just want to have it always on or whatever. But the Canvas tuner, I use mine pretty much set to always on. So when it's engaged, it's not muting the signal, and you're still reading the notes as they're coming through. Especially with my fretless bass, we've talked a lot about bass so far this episode.
I happen to
but in particular, it's helpful when I use my fretless bass because you have to intonate it yourself as you're playing. Depends on how hard you press, how close to where the fret would be. So it helps you actually read the notes as you're playing to keep on track and stuff. But anyway, back to this pedal. You have different taper modes. So it affects the different way that it curves as you're moving the treadle up and down. And it seems like this also works as a volume boost pedal. And then there's a lag control. And then you have this really cool color-coded 1 through 8 set of LEDs to see exactly where you're at as you're using it. So pretty cool. So yeah, utility menu with calibration and reset ensures long-term accuracy and consistent performance. Under heel control interface protects settings while keeping adjustments quick and accessible, so you can't accidentally touch it with your toes and mess up your settings.
Okay.
Like I said, the flexible routing options. And yeah, up to 9 decibels of clean gain. So, works as a clean boost. And like I said, 8 selectable tapers for using different modes. And then, that's about it.
Okay.
So, it's a little pricey. It is $300. But if you look at some of these other volume pedals that are on the market,
I mean, they are around the same time.
Yeah, they're the same price.
The same price.
You can get like a basic one, like the Dunlock DVP4. That's just a volume control. I don't think there's any other features on that thing other than it goes up and down. $150. So,
okay.
You have dual expression controls. You have mono volume controls and stuff from different brands. $289, $279. So, again, I think it does. You get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the Walrus. I think those are the only 2 Walrus releases this week. And then Poly. It's been a little while since we've done a Poly release.
I don't remember Poly.
I could go look up some of their other stuff for you, but they're the ones that have like the touch screens and stuff.
Okay.
Or the touch pads. They're not screens. So this is $199. This is the Konzo Gain Clarity. It's a collaboration between Josh Smith and Poly Effects with a simple and expressive method of control. One giant foot knob. The F knob is a foot switch, LED, and a knob all in one mechanism to allow clear feedback and intuitive indestructible control. It looks like they already sold out of batch 1.
Damn. Now the pre-orders for batch 2. Oh my god, will ship mid-February?
Yeah. Okay, let's see what our controls are here. So, bias / character. And it looks like you just change between different clipping here. So there's a Schottky diode, an LED, germanium, and silicone. And then obviously the knob is the foot switch. What was the price?
$199.
So
okay.
I would have to check out a couple videos on this one. Let's see what the manual says. To set the MIDI channel, hold down the F knob and send it to PC message to the signal. Whichever channel the message has sent will now be the channel the pedal will use. So MIDI control changes: bias, character, and bypass.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of like secondary controls. Let's see. The bias control is essentially the first gain of the circuit, and then you have the different diodes you can choose between. And then character adjusts the overall level amount of the output signal post gain Think of it as more or less a master volume.
Hmm.
So essentially, you set your bias, you pick your diode type, and then your post gain signal.
All right.
Pretty crazy for something that just has one knob. And then this one, I'm excited about these. So Klowra, we covered a Klowra last week with their their dual head delay. And now I'll show that one to you real quick.
Okay.
That one. We covered that one last week.
Oh, I believe we talked about that,
now,
yeah.
The new pedal, the Verdict Poly Octaver. I will say this, I'm not entirely sure what the price is. Because on the homepage of their website, as of right now, as of the day that we're recording this,
okay,
it says Verdict Poly Octaver $149.99.
Okay.
But when I go to the individual product page,
that's true. It says
$129.99.
Huh.
So, even after we're done recording this episode, I might reach out to them and let them know. And then ask what the actual price is.
Yeah, that's weird. It has two different prices.
I think this is their best artwork yet.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It does look really cool.
So pretty cool. It is obviously a polyoctaver. So polyphonic octaver. You have negative octave, positive octave. Oops, I clicked on a video.
Never mind.
Ooh, sorry, that probably picked up on the old recording there. So yeah, your main controls here are plus octave and plus. So okay, I'm sorry. Up 1 octave, up 2 octaves. Your direct signal, down 1 octave. A swell control, a frequency control. But you have dual features here, so your octave up also is a detune. Your octave 2 octave up is also ramp attack.
Okay.
And then your direct functions as a ramp release. And then the swell knob is your low cut. And if I'm reading this correctly, the frequency is also the Q. So really cool. I think these are beautiful pedals. Pretty cool.
I mean, if it comes out that is $129, it's really cheap.
Even if it's $150, I mean, that's not much more.
That is cheap too.
Yeah. So I think this is an awesome looking pedal.
You want it?
Yeah. As much as I don't need an octave pedal, yeah.
Okay.
But also, Klowra has a second release this week.
Oh my God, that one is beautiful too.
This is a collaboration with Hotone, Hot One.
Okay.
I always say the name of the brand wrong. Yeah, Hot
That is
Tone.
beautiful.
Hot Tone? I think it's Hot Tone. So this is the dual expression pedal. Really cool artwork, which I believe it said it's engraved. The silent offering curls within a cradle-shaped vessel, trampled again and again until consciousness shatters. Screams echo and swell through the hollow until they bloom into a trinity of all-seeing flowers, eyes wide open, gazing upon all, missing nothing. It's really cool. Mantra combines passive expression control with an integrated foot switch. Dual independent outputs let you shift parameters and toggle effects in a single motion. Premium potentiometer ensures smooth and precise response with no need for external power. The tread surface carries an original hand-drawn design, engraving internal blossoms and watching eyes beneath your steps. Each press becomes a sacred act of performance and creation. Compatible with digital amps, multi-effects units, MIDI controllers, it brings vivid personal expression to both stage and studio. Nice. It is a Klowra and Hot Tone collaboration that ensures dependable durability and easy usability. And it totally does look like the format, the shape and everything, enclosure of a Hot Tone, like one of their wahs or their expression volume pedals. So really cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to reach out to them about that other one and figure out what the exact pricing is.
Wait, it says buy on Amazon. Click on that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that might be. Okay, it's 150.
Okay, it's 150.
On Amazon, it's 150. So let's just clarify that. Okay. But maybe I'll still reach out to them, let them know.
I mean, yeah, I think the right thing to do is just to reach out. Oh my God, there's only 14 left in stock.
I mean, it's a brand new pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we got to buy it.
Okay.
Huh. Pretty cool. I think they make really cool looking pedals. So real quick.
No, but again, I really do think you should reach out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them know.
All right, so it's been a little while since we've seen any new pedal releases from Vox. This is the VFZ1 Fuzz pedal. A really cool enclosure.
Okay.
You have top-mounted jacks for input and output, controls for volume and fuzz, and then there's a tone cut and a bass cut. Those are both mini pots. And then not a foot switch, sorry, two-way toggle between crunch and fuzz. So for $150, this is an iconic 60s fuzz reborn for modern players. It celebrates the legacy by revisiting one of the most influential fuzz circuits of all time. The classic 2-transistor of the late 60s, commonly known as the Mark 1.5. And I don't know what I just clicked on. What did I just click on?
I had no idea.
Oh, the Mark 1.5. So it's a tone bender.
Okay.
Whose expressive breakup impaired a generation of players. Vintage fuzz boxes are beloved for their warmth, harmonically rich distortion, and the germanium transistors provide familiar issues: temperature drift, inconsistent performance, and high noise. While silicon solves the problems, it rarely recreates the musical sweetness of germanium, until now. So this is a silicon tone bender 1.5.
Okay.
So pretty cool. It says the crunch switch offers a lower gain, volume rollback overdrive tones. Typically something you would have to like roll back on the volume control of your guitar. This lets you do it with a flip of a switch. And then it seems like the transistors are silver can BC108s. So you'll find those in a lot of like fuzz face clones and stuff too. So it has high input impedance, which allows placement anywhere in your signal chain, even after wahs and buffers. So seems like a cool pedal. I haven't seen any videos about it yet, but it looks really cool.
It looks nice, though.
Yeah, it's got like the...
It's also cheap, though.
Yeah. Yeah, these days when you see something that's 150, you're like, oh, that's cheap.
That's cheap.
I guess so.
Well,
so pretty cool. Let's see, we already covered the Harley Benton. This next one is a pedal that's not actually out yet.
Oh.
But I think it looks really cool. So Mad Professor announced the Super Black Mini.
Okay.
So this is a black panel style Fender amp in a box. So you have controls for presence, volume, gain, bass, middle, and treble. And then there's a couple toggles for cut and comp. So let's see. The Super Black Mini gives you the classic 60s black panel sound and compact package. SB Mini's all-analog circuit recreates the whole signal path of the amp. While the Mini's added headroom, you can get the sparkly punch and clarity from the classic sound of the black panel amps.
Nice.
While the SB Mini, you can get a glorious amp breakup tones with no excessive amount of volume needed. All the dynamics of a cranked amp included. Use the SB Mini as a tone shaper in front of your amp, or plug it into the effects loop or return or a cabinet IR to use it as a preamp. So pretty cool. Yeah. So presence affects the overall amount of high frequencies. Obviously, you know what volume and gain are. The three band EQ, so middle, treble, bass. The cut switch is full bass level on the left, and then slightly, cuts the low bass on the right. The comp switch, less compression with maximum dynamics on the left and more compression on the right.
Okay.
My only complaint is no reverb. I would love to see an amp in a box like this with a reverb.
How much is this? Oh,
it's not released yet. It'll be coming out at NAMM, according to their post on Instagram. So we'll find out soon. Mad Professor has always made some really cool pedals, some really high quality pedals. So really excited about this one.
Okay.
Now this next release, you can get it one of two ways. It's on a pre-order right now. So Circle Electric Co.
Okay.
Been a little while since we covered them as well. I know we have in the past, but
I don't recall, but okay.
Yeah. I can't remember which one we covered the last time we covered them. I think it was one of these AOX, so the Vox Tone Bender clones.
Okay, but anyway, you were talking that there's two ways to order.
Yeah, so you can do the full pre-order, or you could do a 50% deposit.
So
this is the Spirit in the Sky Fuzz. So the full price is $219.99, or like I said, the 50%, $109.99.
Okay.
So the ad that they put out for this is really cool. It looks like an old school magazine ad.
It does look really nice.
So it says, with the all-new Spirit in the Sky Fuzz toned by Circle Electric Company, a fully transistorized solid-state design. Plug in, tune up, and drop into the new happening sound of tomorrow. It's time you step into the new age of electric guitar. Cool. Let's see. So this batch is expected to be completed April or May 2026.
Oh my!
It's a recreation of the iconic fuzz tone used on Norman Greenbaum's "Spirit in the Sky," which I just told you about the song the other day. We were listening to it in the car.
To Norman?
Yeah, the Norman Greenbaum "Spirit in the Sky." We were talking about the guitar tone on it. I was telling you the story about for a long time nobody knew what it was.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So let's see. So it has 3 knobs and a switch. So a proper Spirit in the Sky style fart can be dialed in on more than just a Telecaster. There'll be an LED indicator and a light standing. Let's see. Standard 9-volt DC. But what are the controls? Where are the other photos?
You're looking to see the controls on it?
Yeah, I wanted to see the controls. I can't see what they are. Oh, volume, tone, and the other one just says tone. Probably gain. These are guitar knobs, so.
Well.
Pretty cool. I think it looks really cool. That almost looks like wood paneling on the side. That's too.
It does. Cool. I kind of like it though.
Yeah, I think it's like a copper colored brushed aluminum, but I can't tell. So what was the price? Yeah, $220 for the full price. Boutique, handmade. So really cool.
Okay.
This next one is just an announcement. I don't think it's actually out yet. Horothia Effects is announcing the XYXO, pronounced Zizo, or Zizzo. Let's make use of that crate of pedals you don't use anymore. Series or parallel 2 pedals, each with a tunable HP and low-pass filter, phase and send return and level. Add in a dry blend, high-end, and master control, and you have routing and effects mixing options galore. So it says sounds and more info coming soon. They only released 3 partial photos, so there's no full image of this thing. But essentially, it's like a routing switching box kind of thing that can put your stuff in series and parallel. So we'll find out more about that here in the next couple weeks and post about it.
Okay. We
have a release from Donner. So Donner is getting into the headless guitar game. Well, I think they probably already had some models, but new models in the headless guitar game. This is the NHL. You don't like headless? What about it don't you like?
Everything.
The shape?
The shape. It just looks like I'm not paying for the whole thing. Reason why it's
you're paying for the whole guitar that you're paying for.
It doesn't look complete, Andrew.
I don't know.
No.
This is the NHL 500. It also says HLX 500, so I think that might be the...
It's headless.
I don't know. Anyway, it's $350, $359.99. There's a couple different colors you can get. This is wooden natural. There's white. I like the natural.
You like the natural?
I added the 2. I like the 2. I mean, added the 2.
Look at the version of head that shit has.
What do you mean?
I mean, what is that?
It's a headless guitar. And a lot of the headless guitars these days, they have this body shape. It's like the Strandberg style shape.
That's ugly.
Now, there is a different guitar if I were to get a headless guitar, which is something I'm interested in. But...
What? No, that's so ugly.
But if I were to get one...
Oh my god. I don't like it.
I would get a Hils. I've seen Phil McKnight talk about these on his show. Okay. And he did reviews on it, and they actually took his feedback and improved their guitars.
Really?
Yeah. So they have some new ones.
It's really ugly.
What I like about these ones is the bodies are symmetrical. Well, they're not symmetrical. At the bottom, the contours meet at the same spot. And there's these little nubs so that you can actually use the guitar as its own stand just by leaning it backwards against the wall. But they have new Tele and Strat style ones. And I think those are really cool. I would not get the Tele one. I'd probably get the...
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Does
red, blue.
Having head or no head on a guitar improves the sound? Does it change
It's not a matter of
improvement
improvement at all. It's not a matter of improvement at all. I mean, it will sound...
Does it make any changes on it?
Yes and no. It depends. Because they're all different. You can't really compare
this. That's not an answer.
You can't really compare it side by side with a Strat because the body shapes are different. There's different amounts of wood. There's different woods used.
But would you say, if you had to think about it...
I've never played one.
But you have heard. You just say that you heard Philly talking about the guitar.
Yeah, and I think they're really cool. I think this is the one that he played in the video, but let's see what the pre-order cost on this. Oh, I added it to the cart.
You added that
without
to
even
the
seeing the
cart
price.
right now.
Oh, $500.
$500.
So it's actually just a little bit more expensive than the Donner one we were just looking at.
Okay.
I think it looks better. The Donner one looks kind of cheaper. This one's more familiar looking to me because it has like the HSS style. I don't know.
Does it mean that the strings are going to be longer compared to a guitar that has a head?
No, they'd be shorter. Because they mount to this nub at the top where the nut is.
I see that.
And then they go down to the bridge. And then you tune it down here at the bridge. So these little dials, these little knobs are how you tune the guitar. So you have less string length overall. And the bodies are typically smaller. They're not like full-size kind of bodies. So a lot of people use these as like travel guitars, but a lot of people use them as their main guitars. I'm interested in one, but like I said, if I had to pick, I mean, the Donner is the more affordable of the two, but the Hils looks like higher quality.
I don't know.
And obviously there's the more expensive brands, like Ibanez has a bunch of headless ones, Strandberg. There's other brands that all have
Is that the
stuff.
next generations of guitar?
Probably.
Like, is
I
that
mean, a lot of
what we
people are
can
already
expect?
using them.
But would you say like young people
Fender-
would rather to have headless
Fender-
guitars?
And Gibson are probably two companies that are PRS. They're never going to do that.
I hope no.
They're never going to do that.
I would be really disappointed to see a
Fender
with no head.
Gibson and PRS, they're never going to make a guitar that doesn't have one of their signature headstocks on it. Like, I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know. It just looks to me like the chin of the guitars, like the Timo, because it's missing something.
Donner. I like a lot of Donner products. They have some decent stuff, like the yellow fall delay is really cool. That's still a really cool mini affordable pedal. But no, I mean, Donner makes super affordable stuff that it's still affordable to import.
Okay.
I don't know where their stuff is built. I mean, I would assume, but I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I would assume a lot of what a cheaper wood.
Oh, you could definitely see where the different pieces of wood are together in this thing.
Yeah.
But I'd assume that Donner products are all made in China. Oh my God, you're talking about Temu.
And they have
the little wheel that spins that like Temu and Shein have, like that just popped up on here
on
the Donner website. All right, let's move on.
Okay,
so that was $360. Again, I would probably get the Hils.
Okay.
This one I'm not thrilled about.
Why?
Well, it doesn't look familiar to you. All right, so Boss has released a new this is their smallest compact floor processor in the GX series. Okay. So if you've watched this show before, I never did a standalone video on it, but we talked about it on the show a few times. The first attempt I made at moving into like a digital pedalboard and try to move away from pedals, I tried the Boss GX10.
Okay.
And it was just a nightmare. Programming it was super easy. Dialing in sounds was super easy. But it never sounded all that good. And it was probably more user error than anything, because there's a lot of people saying these GX models are really good.
Okay.
But I really struggled to get like a good sound out of it. So I got rid of mine. So now they have the GX1, which is just a smaller version.
So same things and everything.
Yeah, you get the same models. You get less of everything, but you get the same models, the same amps, the same effects. Using their AIRD aired technology. So it's just kind of smaller. And now if you look here on the front panel, you have all these blocks, the hexagon blocks. This is the same kind of layout you would get on the touch screen of the larger units, like the GX10 and GX100 or 1000 or whatever it's called. So you would drag with your hand on the touch screen these different blocks and put them in order and everything. So here they're just buttons on the front, rather than having a touchscreen that you drag and drop. So I would honestly say for $229, it's probably a decent unit. But if you're going to spend the money and you're set on getting a GX unit, even though I had a bad experience, go with the 10 or bigger just for the option of having that touchscreen to drag and drop. Because it was super in my opinion, it was super easy to program. It was really easy.
Okay.
I just overall wasn't in love with the functionality of it. So for $229.99, you could also get the bass version, the GX 1B. So same deal, but more oriented for bass with the amps and cabs and stuff.
Does it come just in one color?
Yeah. The bass one's blue, and the guitar one is like the space gray looking thing. So same price for both of those. Here's one you're not gonna like.
How do you know I'm not going to like it?
So Gibson Custom announces the Keith Richards 1960 ES355 Collector's Edition guitars.
But hold on, why do you say that I'm not going to like it?
Oh, when you see the pricing.
Oh. Okay, go for it.
All right. So Gibson is proud to announce its partnership with Keith Richards, one of the most influential musicians in history and co-founder of the legendary band, the Rolling Stones. The collaboration introduces extraordinary instruments, Keith Richards' 1960 ES355 Collector's Edition, signed guitar and label. So he'll sign the internal label and the guitar itself. And the Keith Richards 1960 ES335 signed label. So you can get two versions of the same guitar. It's really weird on the wording. I already looked into this a little bit ago.
Okay.
But this is why I'm starting it out this way. So they're the same guitars.
Okay.
So it's the 1960 ES335.
Okay.
But you can get either the one that the guitar itself is signed and the internal label is signed. Or you can get the other one where just the internal label is signed, right?
There's going to be a big price difference,
isn't it? Man. Okay. You ready for this? Okay.
Just tell me what it is.
All right. I think there are some other slight differences in like the way these are set up.
Okay.
We're going to look at both, and then we'll determine.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, let's go to this one. So if you want the custom Keith Richards 1960 ES355 Collector's Edition with the signed label only.
Signed label. Okay.
$19,999. Okay. So it comes with like polishing cloth with his name on it, and you get the scarf with skulls on it. You get a leather strap. You get a hard shell case.
Okay.
Murphy Lab age to match his original one.
So that's $20,000.
$20,000. You get a Bigsby B7 vibrato tailpiece. It's based on 3D scans of his actual 1960 ES355. Custom Bucker pickups. Certificate of authenticity. All that good stuff, right?
Well, thank God it's a hard shell case.
Now, this one.
For $20,000.
For $20,000. It's limited to 100 guitars with the F-hole label hand signed by Keith Richards. Or you can get the Gibson Custom Keith Richards 1960 ES355 Collector's Edition signed guitar and label, ebony exclusive.
Okay.
For $29,999. So you are getting even more. It's a rough scribble of his name on the back of the headstock.
Okay.
And let's look at the specs. You get a polishing cloth with his name signed on it. You get the hard shell case. You get the bandana with the skulls. And you get the leather strap. But let's look at the specs.
How many? 50 guitars?
Limited to 50.
Okay.
You get Murphy Lab age to match his 1960 ES355. You get the Bigsby B7 vibrato tailpiece. It's based on 3D scans of his actual 1960 ES355 with custom Bucker pickups. It includes the hard shell case, guitar strap, and certificate.
What? Why?
They are identical guitars. One has his name signed on the back of the headstock. Everything you get here is exactly the same on both.
So we have a $10,000 difference.
So there's a $10,000 price difference.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I knew you weren't going to like it. I think it's a great looking guitar. But yeah.
Okay.
So let us know in the comments.
Well, thank God it's only 50 of the $30,000. Huh.
If you had $30,000,
I'm not gonna buy one of those.
But if you had $30,000 and you had to buy one of those,
I wouldn't.
I would go with the cheaper of the two. I don't need his name signed on that thing. Why would you need it on the headstock and inside?
But why would you spend your money on that?
I wouldn't.
Yes, you will.
No, I would get a Gibson. Sure, if I had money to get a Gibson hollow body, I would get one. But It doesn't have to be a signature model. It doesn't have to be signed by anybody. I don't care about autographs. I talked about this on Threads recently with some people.
Okay.
I've never understood the appeal of getting autographs from celebrities, musicians, athletes, actors, singers.
Never. You never wanted anyone to sign something for you.
Why?
Just to have it. I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't want to bother them. Like, I don't want to bother somebody. Hey, can you put your name on this? That's just me personally. I don't know.
Okay. What about pictures?
That's different, I guess, if they're willing to do it. But, like, again, I don't want somebody to take time out of their day to be an annoying fan. I don't know. It depends on the context. If you're in a place where you're there to actually meet them, sure.
Okay.
Is that the concert? Whatever. But I don't know. I don't want to run up to somebody outside of a restaurant and be like, hey, can I get your autograph?
Okay.
All right. So that was the Keith Richards. And I think we just have one more.
Okay. And we have 6 minutes on the camera. So
I know.
Tell me what is it.
About to run out of recording space here.
Okay.
Seymour Duncan has the Slash 3.0 humbucker pickup set. $298 for the nickel covered.
Okay.
If you want to get the plain black ones, it's $258. If you want to get the black and cream zebra set, it's also $258.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know what's different about these. They are passive. It's a dual humbucker set. I don't think you could buy these individually. Alnico 5 magnets. It is a 9.62K in the bridge and an 8.8K in the neck. Doesn't seem like there's anything else special about this. Signature pickups a Slash designed to enhance the sound and output of its previous Seymour Duncan pickup collaboration without sacrificing clarity or dynamics. These very same pickups Slash rocked with Guns N' Roses back to the beginning in Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Delivers classic humbucking warmth and depth with more focus and lower on the lows and sharper attack in the highs and mids.
Okay.
I think I misread that, but vintage-inspired design includes rough cast Alnico 5 magnets, wooden spacers, and more. Well, what's the and more? If you're reading the description for the product, you need to know what the and more is.
I like that they say more.
Yeah, but like, come on.
I kind of need to know what is it all.
These are wax potty construction that helps fight off feedback and other unwanted noises. But again, this is Sweetwater's description, so they're always a little off. And obviously, if you look at the pickup,
get back to that
cable.
picture, Slash.
Where's the picture, Slash?
Oh, it's the video.
It's a video.
Dude, doesn't he look?
What?
He looks exactly the same that he always has.
He looks old to me.
What?
I mean, nowadays that he's wearing, baseball caps instead of... I think he only wears the top hat when he's performing. But, like, yeah, seeing him in the baseball cap, he looks... I don't know. People will attack us in the comments, I'm sure. He looks like Gene Simmons.
He's
starting to look like Gene Simmons to me. I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, those are his new pickups. They are $258 for the set. That's not
to you.
That's not. I don't even know pickups anymore. I mean, that's cheap for a good set of pickups these days.
Because you buy a set of pickups for $1.
1 cent.
1
I bought
cent.
3 pickups for $1 cent each. But also I have spent more money on pickups in the past. But
yeah.
But even so, when I bought like that used vintage Gretsch Filtertron that I took out of my Jaguar, when I first bought that, it was like $60 for it used, because it was like an old school Gretsch Filtertron.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think that's all we have this week. So please like and subscribe if you want to help support the channel. It's really the only thing you guys can do. We don't have a Patreon right now. We don't have time to have a Patreon. We don't have time to do a Discord server.
None of that.
Maybe eventually. But yeah, I mean, it would be really appreciated if you guys could just drop a comment. Help us out however you can, because we are still trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber point.
That would be nice.
And we want to do a giveaway for our subscribers, but we got to have subscribers to do it. You can find us on Instagram and on Threads.
You can find with Android Threads.
I stopped posting on our TikTok. I don't do TikTok anymore.
Yeah.
We might cut up some. She's going to start doing some reels for us and shorts. So once Kat starts getting the hang of that, maybe we'll put them on TikTok. But in the meantime, just if you want to support the channel, just say hi in the comments. Let us know what your favorite release of the week was. And I guess we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.